What's up, everybody? Josh coming to you with part 4 in this 6-part series talking about podcasting steps. These are the steps that you need to take to get your podcast going. Let's review real quickly. So step 1 is to pick a name and a domain for your website, get all the social media platforms in order. Second step is to design a graphic for your podcast, 3000 by 3000 pixels. And in the last video, step 3, we talked about the hosting. So where does your podcast live? It has to live somewhere. You can check out that previous video to learn the places that we really recommend. Step number 4 is you need to think about production. Okay. Is my podcast going to be produced in-house, meaning you're going to take care of all of the audio mastering, all of the audio editing, all of the addition of voiceover, addition of music, put all that together, basically production, or are you going to trust a team like His Productions to do that production for you? Here's just a couple of things that we would encourage you to consider as you're thinking through this question. The first thing is time. Do you have the time that it takes to produce a podcast? Believe it or not, it's a pretty time-consuming thing to do it well. Secondly, do you have the experience and or will you have the kind of quality that a professional production company like His Productions can provide? We've been doing radio production, TV production, and podcast production for almost 24 years. So podcasting, not quite that long because podcasting hasn't been around that long, but radio certainly for over 24 years. So being in a studio, using spoken word audio, recording, mixing, mastering, adding voiceover music, it's what we do. So if you want a high quality podcast, you really need to ask that question. Can I produce something that's of the kind of quality that a studio could produce? The next thing to think of is, especially in the faith-based world, if you've got a staff member who's going to be doing this production, we find that a lot of times staff members have a lot of different hats that they wear. So they may be wearing 10 different hats, 10 different responsibilities, and they really need to be focusing on like 5 areas. So they can either be mediocre in 10 areas or really awesome in 5. Do you want to put production on your creative arts director's plate? Do you want your worship director, your worship pastor to do the production? Or again, you want to have them focus on their particular gifts and skill set while entrusting that to a production studio? So the next thing is the consistency of publication. We encourage everybody to have a podcast that goes out at least once per week. Okay, this is going to help you with subscriber retention. It's going to help you with getting some traction with your podcast. Being consistent can be kind of difficult on a person's schedule. So you need to decide, in the end, can I be consistent with production? So the question today is, am I going to produce the podcast or am I going to trust His Productions?